On point. On point. Again, let's do it again. On point. On point. On point. On point. God damn it. On point. On point. Yeah, man.
How we doing?
On point.
Never don't do what they do.
I'm apple
All these
juice.
alcoholics really.
Apple juice.
All of them. You sip now.
Syrup.
Never do
Siru.
what
It's
they
Olunda
do.
Saft.
What they
It's
do.
Olunda.
Do.
I don't do alcohol.
Never do.
You see? I don't do alcohol.
Yeah. You know, we're doing it like Mr. What's his name? Mr. Patrick. They know they pump out. So you have to fill water in here. Look at this. To make you feel that this is just gin, but it is water. This is aqua.
For those that are saying
We're always
drinking too
drinking.
much,
No, it's not about drinking. Mixed with Holunda Special.
see, we're a bunch of drunkards.
This is
very light.
Forza Speciale. That's Forza Speciale.
That's the libation for Forza Speciale.
It's a mix, it's a concoction. So what we do, big boy?
We go on topic.
Spreading the corona real good.
Colonial drivers.
You really dive in. No, one quote says,
Reason with them, man.
reason with them. We're the
We're
ones
listening.
who reason now. What
Alright.
reason? Never marry a girl raised by a single mother.
That's 100% true.
I'm not done. Never marry a girl raised by a single mother. You forever live to regret it.
Leave.
You will live to regret.
You will leave. 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 Not the leaving as in. You will leave, but you won't regret it.
As in,
Don't listen to me.
So you're going to leave, but you're not going to
Ah.
regret it. No, I get you.
No, he has already said his own
I
thing.
understand his point.
So, wait.
it's like
This?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like a
You're
word
going to
game.
leave.
It's like a word game. What are you doing on February the 14th? You going out with your boyfriend?
We'll break up.
Then you want me to take you out? What's on the menu? Then she looks at you, me and you. Oh, me and you, menu.
Don't leave me, please.
Don't leave me.
So what's your take on it, Prince? Is that true? Have you ever had run-ins with multiple women?
Prince, the notorious bad boy.
Bad boy.
Look at them. Answer them.
I'm a very good by mistake and all that. But I think there's truth behind this because when you're brought up, you know, when you have a father and a mother, both can give their opinion, you know, in raising you.
But you're still that you're having a single mom doesn't mean you don't have a father. So fix your words, man, because they're gonna come.
Okay.
for you.
So he's bringing the
The
constellation.
way I understand it is that it's just the mother that raises the child in that sense. Like
Yeah.
the father isn't there or maybe ran away, I don't know what. But I think that there's some values fathers give their children too, although they don't know. And I think girls miss that and yeah, it gets to a point where it just there's some, I don't know how to word it now, but
Machine
I
man,
think there's some
liquid
values
metal.
they don't get.
Sorry, bro.
I just feel that there's some values fathers used to give unaware. I think once they don't have it, it misses and I would have said you as a guy expect a girl to behave a certain way. And she doesn't know it because there was no one to teach her at the end of the day. And when you're there, you'll be like expecting her to know some things from the get-go, from at home. You know, like proper upbringing.
So meaning you are saying that if she grows up only with a mother, she doesn't
Yes.
have proper upbringing.
No, she might have a proper upbringing, but there's some, but there's some things. There's some things.
She might.
I know. I said might.
That's it. Yes.
Please
face your judgment.
See, there's some values. It's just a man that can tell you, but then some values just a man can give you because and the man doesn't even understand that he gave something to the child, but he still did unaware. And I think a mother cannot do that because she haven't experienced being a man. Let me say it like that.
Mm.
Or being a male. Let me say it that way.
Right now, we're talking about a woman. But we're talking about a daughter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because the daughters also daughters also take things from the father.
Because it's a little low, you know.
It's not just like it's just the mother that's teaching the child, the daughter. The father also teaches the daughter some things. And I think when that thing misses, there's something that misses in the girl's life. Let me say it like that.
Yeah, one thing I did notice from this text, it didn't say that. Would you say that even if the dad is not let's say for example the dad is present but he's not available, that still makes the mother kind of like a single mother. It's still like, because she's the one raising the child basically.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Okay. So now you said fact 100%. Why fact 100%?
I mean, I'm just kidding. It's not fact 100%, but
Yeah.
just to piggyback off what Prince said, like, there's one correct statement Taraji P. Henson once said, because she has a son, and she
she's
said,
a single mother.
but she's a single mother. She said that she can only raise her son to be a good man, to be a good person, but she cannot raise him to be a good man because she's not a man. So in that scenario, it's like you can also say things to the single mom that has a daughter. She can raise the child to be a good daughter, but she will not be able to raise the child into
good wife maybe or something.
Exactly, into
Into
a certain sphere where she might have to attain to a man. It takes both. A woman can definitely teach you how to be a woman, but like you rightly said, with the man in the constellation, he can teach you like in these certain scenarios you have to pay attention to the man. You might have to cater to the man. So you need both so that you can have a wholesome experience. If there is one missing and one lacking, it's not a wholesome experience. And oftentimes, when you have a single mom or a single mother, she brings up the whole negative experience that she has onto the child. And that becomes a pattern to the child. And that also might be like, okay, I don't need a man because I saw my mom handling the whole business.
Yeah.
And then when she grows up, she will realize she will come to a point where she's just like, okay, all this, I'm just a strong person. It's kind of like bullshit because I actually do need a man. I'm not needing a man for the day-to-day business, but somebody to coddling actions. You can't do that by yourself. Coddling actions, or just to give you warmth or support. A good man will give a woman what? Protection and security. You cannot give yourself protection and security all the time. That's what it is. So men do have a certain space in a woman's life. You can do most things alone, but at the same time, you do need a man to have a wholesome experience. So sometimes also take the stress away from you. And a single mom,
What was your take?
it's difficult.
Of course, I can agree to that.
So, but before you go to that, but it says never marry a girl raised.
That's my point.
It's not only talking about, oh, is there deficiency or is there something missing. It says never marry a girl raised by a single mother.
Or else you will live to
What
regret
age?
it
How old is she?
for the rest of your life.
How old is she?
It
Let's
doesn't
speak
matter.
to shoes.
Okay, like if she has already had certain experience, she will already realize that she has deficiencies. So she will work towards it, and if I catch at that right moment, it's okay. It's true. Because women sometimes do have to understand, okay, I have certain problems that I have to fix. And if you catch that person at the right time, you can still marry.
You mix this Holunda too sweet. The mixture was too sweet. You know?
But yeah, you can still marry. No, you can still marry though. You can still marry.
You see?
The other one is not sweet.
Okay. Wow, how did you do the magic trick? That the boat is still doing?
Crack.
Crack.
No, what's it called? Because personally, I feel like it goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with men.
Like a single dad with a son.
Yeah.
Yeah, his girlfriend would have, the father's girlfriend would have taught him some things.
But do men hate on women like that? Like, oh yeah, your mom was.
You see, but you see, that's why I was like, we'll still get there.
Okay.
But that's the issue. You know, there's certain hate that women pass on.
Let's call it resentment.
Yeah.
So there's certain hate.
It's not resentment.
It's hate.
It's already hate.
Animosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already hate at that time.
I agree with the resentment. Because that hate
Can be hefty.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, sorry, speak on, brother.
No, so basically,
Speak on, brother.
first things first, it goes both ways, I believe, because Of course, we clarified resentment, animosity that they have, but going to what Mario said, it's what's it called? There are just some deficiencies basically, because deficiencies can also be there or will be there, as Taraji P. Henson said. It's inevitable. How do you can't overcome it basically, because there are certain things you haven't experienced to like impact or to pass down, right? So in that case, that's the first one. So both is not wholesome, perfect. Number two, we have to then answer with that never. Maya already said that whole never thing. It also depends on, as you said, if the person realizes, comes to notice that, okay, which I feel like every grown up, when you become really aware of your being yourself, you try and better yourself.
Definitely.
Exactly. So if that person is not at that stage,
it's still a never.
It's still a never, obviously.
At that point.
Yeah, but like to
But is there actually a stage like that? Or does it need a shock?
What do you
the
mean?
person need a shock?
No, you will realize it.
No,
Okay.
it depends, because there are some people that they're surrounded with people who just love them the way they are. Those people that always tell you, yeah, for your birthday, they wish you, oh, happy birthday, long life, prosperity, stay the same way you are. It's like, no, because everyone has, certain space to improve, So because of that, if whenever you notice like, oh, I need to change.
But I'm not a shock at the end of the day.
Which shock? How is that a shock?
Are you talking about epiphany, like when you realize, okay, I have to change?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to happen, and it's different to each and every individual.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, but if you like, maybe a woman might induce you that change in you, that you realize, okay, I'm still a shit guy, and I have to change my ways, and you misuse that woman.
And there are many different ways.
Better.
Because there are many different ways. There are some people, they notice it like, oh, getting to know other people, and they see like, yo, your life is so put together. I need to be on my A game. Or now with social media, so many people, motivation, and they notice like, this is how some people are living. I need to smart up, whatever. So I wouldn't say that there's no excuse, but if what's it called? If you get a person that is still on that, never, that hasn't seen like, yo, I need to smart up, then it's still a never. It's definitely still a never.
The way I see this whole thing is, there's an element of try not getting involved a little with a woman that was raised by a single parent, which means dad or mom, because I've always thought it would be best if the girl, if her parents are together, because I think the value that most girls or even guys have, if the parents are together and you guys decide to be a couple, is that, oh, this unity thing, we're gonna fight and make sure it works. You get me? There's always a breaking point for everyone, but I think if you were raised in a household that was healthy, the values you carry with you and the confidence and the understanding of certain things, like my dad is the kind of person that his principle is, there are certain things I will never argue with my wife behind closed doors. I will do it right away, let the kids hear what's happening. Not because he's a dickhead, but because he understands that these kids will leave this house one day and will be confronted with some of these things, and it's good for them to know how relationships actually really work. That's
what I always say. Don't fight behind closed doors.
Because the breaking point for some people is that, oh, dad and mom only argue certain things and talk out certain things and have Cold War behind the doors, and you think that it's a happy matrimony, whereas it's non-existent.
Even if you not learn it at the moment.
No, but even if you argue, it's what's it called? It is still a happy matrimony.
Yeah,
it can still be described.
It's the getting back together.
Exactly. So now, if you sell the picture that, oh, it's always this picture perfect, and now that's the ideal that I have, that I carry around,
That's wrong.
then you sold me you sold me something fake and made me believe that, oh, this exists this way, and we will never have any reason to have misunderstanding. You get me? All these minor things and we're all lovey-dovey. It doesn't work that way. So having someone coming from a healthy household is meaningful. But where I have to say I have a disagreement with this thing is if the mother did a good job, then it's even more meaningful than coming from a household where the parents are dysfunctional. You get me? There are some mothers that really did the best they could. They can't replace a man. There is no woman that can replace the value of a man and a man or a good father. Same way that as there is no father that can completely replace a mother.
Impossible.
You get me? That's one thing. And there's something I read recently that some women, the reason why they make it so difficult for their baby daddies or their, the dads of their kids to have access to the kids is because they're trying to prove a point.
That's silly.
You get? Yeah, because look, I could do this without you.
Yeah.
I don't give a F about who you is.
Yeah, I think that's why what you were saying with this resentment.
Exactly.
But what's it called? But that's also is a form of hate.
Yeah. Safe. I agree.
It's a form
I
of hate, and
want
is
to
that
come out to that. I even made the experience. It was not my girlfriend actually, but I knew her, and the mother gave her the image of the perfect man, and she just took it on that's what I have to do. Or
that's what I'm
what my
accepting.
mom have to do.
You see, that's fake as well.
Yeah.
So not only, I've not really heard that, but I've seen people who
Because me, I experienced it live. I was there, and the mother.
No, I feel like we've all experienced because we have friends or people that we know that either the parents got divorced or maybe the mom or the father ran out or whatever, and you can see which is with everyone, even with us who have even we here okay, our parents are together, whatever, but still we still have our own deficiencies, let's be honest. But still with them there are certain things you see where you're like, oh shoot, this is how you think like this because of the lack of this parental side, that's what's it, man.
Yeah.
So
So my take is actually that at the end of the day, as long the father and the mother have access to the kid, the whole thing can work. Even if the girl or the man grew up predominantly with the mother, it could still work. This nigga, but what I count very, very, very important is the fact, that's true. What I count as very, very important is the fact that before I marry someone, irrespective of the upbringing of the mom or of the dad, let's say single parent household, irrespective of it, what means way more to me is your perspective on life. So now, if we want to blame it on, because there are kids that know that, my mom is actually pretty dysfunctional. She's nicht ganz dicht. She's a good mother, she's caring, but my mom has flaws. So, I see. Yeah, she was just hating on my dad. That's why she deprived me of certain things. So now, if I'm dealing with a lady that understands that, my mom might have been wrong or I might have misunderstood things, and now it is my duty as an adult to rectify misunderstandings and things that weren't clear to me and possibly asking questions. That is wasn't my ideal, but I would still go for her. I won't follow the never, because now I realize, this is a smart girl. She figured that there's always three sides to the truth. Your truth, my truth, and the truth. You get me? So now, these are the traits of my mom. If she's pissed, she does certain things. If she's happy, she does certain things.
You evaluate them.
Then now you evaluate, especially if you have access to your dad. And now, if you're having resentment as the kid, not because maybe of your upbringing, you don't want no guy to tell you nothing, then you're not ready for a relationship, no matter how much I love you or you love me. You are never fully ready for a relationship, because a relationship means a lot of compromise. Because I have to let go a part of myself, forget what people are saying. No, you have to be yourself. Yes, you have to be yourself.
That compromise thing, is that a thing that only, let me say, girls with single mothers lack? Or is it a general thing nowadays?
Oh, I can't say much to that, but you have to be ready to compromise. In a friendship, you have to be ready to compromise, because a friendship is a form of relationship. So now a marriage is like the ultimate form of a relationship with a person. You get me? So now, me dealing with you, I might not like certain things you do, but because I know, oh, that's part of him, I will learn to tolerate some of those things.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, he's not doing it to harm me, but this is who this person is. He likes eating with his mouth open because that's how he feels he enjoys the food. You get me? Then there are things I'm doing. My mom might finish from the toilet and tell you, Prince, help me flush. That might be his flaw. And you know,
That's not my flaw. That's a perfume.
you know,
Or the
Mayo. You know, so you have to figure out who is ready and serious about these things. That's why conversations and questions and understanding each other, you don't have to be together for 12 years to know that, oh, I'll marry or I won't marry. But you have to ask questions, have conversations to know and understand the way this person thinks. Because a girl that never really got raised by a father, there are things she won't understand, and there are things she might have never really experienced, because maybe the mom only had boyfriends that never really lived with them.
Exactly.
So there are things that, oh, she knows what a man is. She knows, yeah, from videos, and I see things, and this is what a man should be like. But often that's the ideal thing that is portrayed. But real experience that, oh, your dad might have a bad day where he will yell at you, or where he will cuss you out, like, no, you were wrong for doing this. We'll have misunderstanding, but we'll find to each other because I love you. You're my baby girl. Anyway, what do I know? However, I think it's a little hard to use the word never.
Never is too strong.
It's never too strong. I'm never too strong, because there are some girls that were never raised by a dad actively in the home, but because they found a way to heal themselves or to understand your nature in dealing with you, they're even more perfect than those that were raised by dad and moms.
Or they learn from the husband.
Yeah. There are some girls. Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
as in, like, you know, when they start dating or whatever.
Yeah, like, okay, I am interested in you,
Which is a very painful process.
I guess I might be dysfunctional on certain things. So,
Yes.
It's possible. It's a painful
let me
process.
understand. What is it?
Painful as hell.
It's a painful process, like when you are helping somebody to reach, to get to a better place. Because that's why we call it growing pains, because you are helping somebody on both ends to understand, okay, this is what we have to deal with within the relationship. And maybe you are already done with your development, but you know that person will also get to that point, but you have to deal with the growing pains, and it's an undefined and not indefinite time that person may need to get to that point.
Yeah, I think we posted once about, you know, sensitivity, and if we're too emotional and stuff. I feel like that type of person is too emotional and not aware, because there's some people you tell them this is your mistake. Like, okay.
I don't know what I just said.
Well,
Emotional. Because
you know,
my father in Christ, Mr. T. Jake, said something.
what did he say?
Let me go and find it.
Alright, but like if you're not aware, especially like, okay, I'm pointing out your mistake. I'm not pointing out your mistakes to say that I'm perfect, but I'm pointing out your mistakes so that you can see and that you can, you know, rectify and learn. Go ahead.
Your feelings betray your opportunity. Let that marinate.
That is Baba Jakes.
All this, I'm feeling this way, and I'm gonna stand my right, blah blah. That's nonsense bullshit.
Yeah,
Because your feelings don't always validate what is the truth. It's just an emotion.
Yes.
Like somebody's
yes.
like, emotions are like you're trying to catch. So it's like you're trying to catch water with your bare hands. It's impossible. So it comes and goes. So you trying to hold on to your emotion or to your feelings, it's bullshit at times. Sometimes it's okay, it's helpful, but sometimes not.
Yeah.
Your feelings betray your opportunity. Thank you.
I remember him saying something like that during our podcast recording with the girl of them. Like when you bring emotion into business, like things are going to.
Do you see what this guy is saying? He has been saying that I've been consistent
with what you've been saying.
That's a round of applause for you.
For me. But that's what it is. But at the same time, I also like what you said for that. If she has a not proper, I don't want to use the word proper, otherwise people start hating on me. If she has a mom that knows her deficiencies, and the mom can also like pinpoint like, okay, what I'm doing or how I'm feeling is because of certain things I've experienced. That means she's giving the child, the daughter in that sphere. She's giving the child, the daughter in that sphere also to decide like, okay, my mom is a good mom, but she has certain problems when it comes to relationships, you know, and that's what you have to do in my opinion, you know. So when you are raising kids that I don't have kids, is that tell them, okay, this is what life is, but this is also something I have experienced that you might never get to experience. So take what I'm telling you with a grain of salt. Yeah. It's not the truth. This is how my life is. That's why I don't like when people are telling me like, but that's not true what you're saying. I'm like, fuck you.
What do you mean?
This is my experience.
This is your experience, yeah.
I've experienced this 100%. You have been experiencing something different because we're in a different world. So some people do experience that all men are shit. Mm-hmm. Some people.
But who told them to taste all men?
So that was a different topic.
That's enough for the gods.
If you want to play around and try all men, then go ahead. But you just have to know that there are things that you as a woman or you as a guy that you're able to unleash in the person you're dealing with. So there are acts that we can provoke in someone that it's not the person that is just doing it because they feel like doing it. It's the way you handle things, the way you said things that makes the person behave that way. So there are things I know that I don't want you to do, I don't want you to say. I'll try communicating in a way that you understand that, so that you don't get in the position of doing it, because I know how I will react. Mm-hmm. But if I don't say anything and I push you to a corner and like I don't really like insults, I don't appreciate it. And if I use words and insult you, and then you insult me, and now I'm hurt in my feelings, it doesn't work. And I'm like, yeah, she ain't shit.
Yeah.
No, brother, you ain't shit. Because you provoke that.
Yeah.
But the girl that realizes that, oh, this guy, he hardly ever lies. He might twist the truth a little bit. Oh, but actually, yeah. But he doesn't lie. She will be careful how she deals with you. Yeah. Because she knows that he doesn't lie, so I shouldn't lie because he won't take it lightly. Mm-hmm. Prince, I see your fuckery. I see his fuckery. I'm calling him out, as my wife would say. Yeah, we see your fuckery, bruv. So yeah.
Desmond, Wagwan, talk to us.
Well, for me, I believe at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're raised by a single woman or a single father or whatsoever. Like Evo said, there are people that
Mr. L-O-V-E, please.
Mr. L-O-V-E. There are some people that came from a family where the father and the mother both existed, and at the end of the day, they still tend to be a bad wife.
They just stupid.
Bad husband.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really say, okay, if you are a single mother, you're going to be a bad wife. Mm-hmm. So it depends on the upbringing, both ways. And if your mother can raise you up to be a good woman,
yes,
I wouldn't say, okay, if your mom can raise you up to be a good person,
that's okay.
Yeah.
The woman aspect and wife aspect.
A good person is always willing to learn.
Yeah, that's because I was gonna ask you now. So what do you say?
A good person is willing to compromise.
Is it a good person or a mature mind?
That's two different things, though.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The mature mind.
Not a mature mind, but you're not a good person.
Exactly.
That's different, yeah. We have to distinguish.
That's
But
why
I
it's a
believe-
good
but I
person.
believe if you're a good person,
But it's the mature
there are
mind
many
that,
chances.
that understands that I want to grow. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I want to grow, so therefore I get involved in certain things and certain conversations.
That's good.
This one wasn't looking, but the way he flinched. Because you're like, oh, should I say?
Yeah.
Mature mind and mature person. Oh,
Like,
mature mind,
mature mind and a
a
good
nice
person.
person. Yeah. Two different things, exactly.
No, I believe as a good person, if you're a good person, you have more chances of making a good wife or a good husband.
Is that so? I don't know.
No, you've got more chances if you're a good person, because at the end of the day, you're a good person. Now, what are we talking? What are we saying when we say a person is a good person? I mean, if you're a good person, you're definitely willing to make other people feel good.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Your happiness might just only be reserved for you.
A good person.
Your happiness is only reserved
I
for
think
you.
as a good person,
A
you
good
try
person.
to make other feel good, but the mature
Like
man
satisfied.
still misses somewhere because
Oh,
Because
but,
then
but,
it-
but,
but a mature mind can be
but a
strict.
malicious bad person
Yeah.
can make you feel good, but it's your demise.
yeah,
You're,
because
you're feeling good. It's you know the right. There is this rat in Africa that they say as they're chopping you, they're pumping air.
Mm-hmm.
So you're thinking that something is existing. This Oluda is interesting. You know, you think that there's something there, but actually you've been eating.
Promise me from the cylinder.
Do you need from the?
No, no water.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm just saying. But you get it. You get it.
Mm-hmm.
In it, fam.
So a bad person can make you feel good as well.
well, you have a mature man at the
feel-
end of the day. You don't always need to have a good person around you, or you don't need to be good all the time. Sometimes you just need a mature man to like set you in a certain direction when you're wrong, and that's what a mature man does.
Okay, now let's get to the issue of getting married. I ain't married. We all know that.
Jesus Christ.
I'm married to Jesus. Satan, leave me alone.
That means all this side
What do you mean?
side men started from Satan.
I don't know what this guy is saying.
Because because you said this with the marriage. Now let's use last week's topic. The topic of last week, like what what
Household.
should do. Because me, I feel like a good woman will do everything to satisfy the man in the household. Yeah. No, wait, trying to be a good person, not what I mean. Trying to be a good person.
I want you to repeat that again.
What is Aklito?
Like, trying to be a good person or trying to be a good wife or a good woman is you try to satisfy a man in all ways, like doing the household.
I love how you find it.
Continue that thing. I think
He came right back.
I think at that moment, that the mature mind will be the one to tell you, like, we can't be going on like this. That's the one that will come and speak up, you know, and tell you. That was the thing we discussed the last week. Yeah.
When what?
Would you really do that if you're a good person?
I think that the thing that is there is that as a man, as a woman, it's two different. Okay, now let's put it this way: as a man, as a woman, as husband, as a wife. These are two different ball games, two different levels. So if I was the husband of a beautiful damsel, it is my duty to, and it's my responsibility to do as much as possible and as much as I can to satisfy and please her. Same way it is her duty to do as much and as possible as she could do and as she can do to satisfy and please me.
Like, that's the good thing, as much and as possible.
Yeah, so as I told you guys once, my dad said, how did you put it?
Like peace thing.
Yeah, the
I
peace
love
thing,
it.
like,
It's not die. It's not willing to die for
it's
peace.
no exactly like that's it in a nutshell. Like paying any price for peace to reign.
Mhm.
You get me? So he's not willing to lose his mind and lose himself just for it to be that one person feels something is okay. I have to give and you have to give. That is the ideal relationship. Now, if it has to be that one of us gives a little more than the other, or every now and then the other, it alternates and you give more or I give more, it's fine, because that's even the same thing with friendship relationship. That's why some friendships work so well. You know that I don't call easily and you hit me up every now and then. Out of 10 times, you hit me up 7 times and I might hit you up 3 times because you understand that, oh, this guy likes me. Anytime we talk like for an hour
It's
plus.
still cool.
But it's not in his nature to be this chitty chatty, calling people up and down. Because you have that in mind, the friendship can work. Because you're ready to put down your pride, your ego, and say, oh, this is my friend, let me do this, because that's how we feel.
And the thing is, if you wouldn't put that, if you wouldn't accept that, that would make you a bad person.
It wouldn't make
Or
you a
it'll
bad
make
person.
you mature.
Possibly immature. Yeah. Yeah. But it doesn't, now you know that whatever, like in the case of calling, it doesn't make you a loser or that, oh, I lost something because now I picked up my phone to call this person. Because you might have gained more doing it actually than you lost not doing it.
You understand what
Let's take it like that.
No, it's what
Makes
it's
sense.
like.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. I get it.
You know?
So we can all see that a person, a daughter that is raised by a single mom, can be married.
Yeah, can't be married.
Can be-
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And you won't live to regret it.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you pay the bride price in full.
In full.
But you know, if you're a traditionalist, you don't pay to the mother. You find the root of the
That's
family.
another discussion.
Still find the root of the family.
Make sure what?
Why?
What do you mean with why?
Let's
What do you say? What do you say?
Say you don't find the roots of the father. You have to do it the right way.
The dad has not been there in that constellation.
What do you mean?
Come on.
What do you mean? As a traditional man,
That's right.
is it because I'm not wearing my beat?
That's right.
Respect
If
the
the father was never there,
Fantastic.
But shut up.
why should
How
I
about shut up?
go to the
It
father?
doesn't deserve
Hey.
that shit.
If you don't want to strike you, you respect the family.
So the those out there that are still not married, we have a few single lads here. Send your pics, how much you earn in a month, what you can offer.
Yes.
Are you a conversationist or no?
Is it a way? Is it a WAP? Or WAP? Would like to know. Desmond would like to have pictures
proficiencies,
to compare.
DMs.
It's tired.
Lately, that's why I've been using one picture. This Jeep on this side.
Oh no.
That one, I mean.
Or the dark one with the smile.
The dark one.
That's what is a pastor. He baptizes people.
Back in the days, he was a bad boy.
Baptize.
But now his
So thank you guys.
You appreciate land.
I appreciate
On
that.
On point.
On point. On point.